Yeah, with his goat head sign.
So fuck him, man. The Most High is getting ready to destroy his ass. Yeah, go ahead. You got something, man?
Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
So what does the wicked do? If the righteous run to the name of the Lord, what does the wicked do? They run away from it. Oh, I don't know the name of the Most High. It hasn't been revealed yet.
I got
All right, go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 10 and 20. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy power.
Oh, no, that's old. That's old.
Thou shalt fear the Lord thy power. Him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name.
There it goes again. All right. Now, somebody give me the book of. We're gonna backtrack to Exodus 33 and 19.
I got the Exodus 33 and 19. All right. Exodus 33 and 19. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord.
Read that again.
Exodus 33 and 19. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy.
Right, so that's plain. You can't get around that, man. If you don't know his name, then you ain't right with the Most High. You ain't in with the Most High. All right? Now, I want you to give me the book of 1 Samuel's, I believe that's 12 and 45.
1 Samuel 12.
I don't know if it's 12 or 7. I'm sorry. 1 Samuel 17:45. Let's try that. Right. 1 Samuel 17:45.
1 Samuel 17 and 45. Then said David.
Get 1 Samuel 20 and 42.
Then said David.
We mentioned, we read about Abraham. Abraham knew the name of the Most High. Isaac knew the name of the Most High. Jacob knew the name of the Most High. Leah knew the name of the Most High. Now, if Leah knew the name of the Most High, Rachel knew the name of the Most High. Rebecca had to know the name of the Most High. Then when you go down to Moses, Moses knew the name of the Most High because it was recorded that the Most High told him what his name was.
Yep, Exodus 3rd chapter.
All right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
1 Samuel 17 and 45. Then said David to the Philistines, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
And who won that fight? David. And this dude, Goliath, he was feared among all of Israel. And David was a young guy. David was considered a stripling. You know what a stripling is? A stripling is a guy that's like, he might be, a perfect example. LeBron James. When he came out of high school, he was a stripling. Even though he looked like a man, you can still see that youngness and that tenderness in him. He wasn't fully developed. He wasn't fully developed. Now, he's a fully developed man. All right? Is there more to that, brother?
That was it.
All right. Now, I told this brother.
1 Samuel 20 and 42.
20 and 42.
1 Samuel 20 and 42. And Jonathan said to David, Go in peace.
Oh, let me ask y'all a question. Y'all know who David is, right? Okay, who's Jonathan by a show of hands? Who's Jonathan? Okay, got one hand, we got two hands. All right, I'm gonna ask this brother right here. 3 hands. Who's Jonathan?
Jonathan is supposed to be Saul's son. Will be the prince of Israel.
Right, because the first king of Israel was who by a show of hands? Who's the first? Right, Saul is the first king of Israel. So Jonathan is one of his sons. Now, what was the relationship between Jonathan and David?
They ain't have no blood relationship.
They had a friendship relationship. They were friends. But the Most High said he knitted their spirit together.
Exactly.
Now you got scholars that say, oh, they were homosexuals.
Right.
But you see, anytime this devil gets in there, see the devil, he's a master at being, this white man is a master at being a damn devil.
He said that love surpasses the love of a woman.
Right. The scripture said, their love shall pass the love of a woman. But let me hit you with something. I love these brothers more than my women, man. More than women I've dealt with, man. In other words, you have a sexual love with a woman, but you have a spiritual love with the brothers, a real friendship, all right? Because what keeps you with that woman? That thing in between her legs.
Hey, that's heavy, Tom.
Because let me hit you with something. If she was to have cancer, that damn thing, you ain't gonna be a friend no more, right? Unless you put some years in. You know, we put the years in and shit. You know.
I say you always have like a best friend that you always confide your.
Thank you. And that's right. When you look at David and Jonathan, that's what type of friendship they had. And the reason why the Most High set that up was because Jonathan followed Saul because that was his father. And Jonathan was also a warrior under his father, the king.
Right.
So what was Saul trying to do to David? He was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
He hated him.
Right.
So the Most High set it up because Jonathan would get with Saul, his father, and he would hear what his father would say. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill that guy.
Right.
And then he would go back and tell David.
Right.
All right, because the Most High set it up that way.
Right.
All right. You got a question, brother, or a
I
comment?
was just trying to answer the question about Jonathan and David. David was Jonathan's esquire, right?
No.
He was more his friend.
Yeah, it was
The prince.
Even though they fought in wars together, he was more his friend because Jonathan had a higher rank than David.
Right.
Right.
No, that's what I said. David and Jonathan.
No, they wasn't esquire. No, they wasn't esquires. They were just friends.
I
Yeah.
thought I read in the scriptures that he was training. At the time when he was cheering the army that Goliath came from.
No. He was just a man in the army. It don't say that. And by the way, that word esquire, squire, really goes back to England.
Right.
All right. So that word is not going to be in the scriptures.
Right.
But he was a fellow warrior, along with Jonathan, under his father Saul.
Right.
All right.
Would the esquire be like an armor bearer?
Yeah, armor bearer. If anything, when David fought Goliath, he took the armor of Saul,
Right.
and he put on that armor to go fight against. It fit him loose.
Right.
Because, like I said, he was a stripling. All right. He was very tall, but in other words, he was under Saul. He wasn't under Jonathan.
Right.
All right. Okay. Let's
First,
go back to where we left off.
1 Samuel 20 and 42. And Jonathan said to David,
2 Samuel.
Go in peace, for as much as we have sworn, both of us in the name of the Lord, saying, The Lord be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. And he arose and departed, and Jonathan went into the city.
All right, so there goes the name of the Lord again. All right. Next scripture, brother.
2 Samuel 6 and 18. And as soon as David had
1 Kings 8 and 20.
and as soon as David had made an end of offering burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts.
Now, let me ask you something. Read that again.
And as soon as David had made an end of offering burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts.
Now, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Are we supposed to follow the peace offering and burnt offering to this day? Okay, by a show of hands, tell me why aren't we supposed to follow? David followed it.
Jesus already died for us.
Brother, say his name right, brother.
Yahweh Shah died for
Thank you. Yahweh Shai died for it. He became that ultimate sacrifice. So we don't have to do that anymore. All right?
I got a scripture for you.
Go ahead.
This is a sacrifice here. Romans 12 and 1.
See, it ain't always going to be about the white man's the devil, the white man's the devil. Sometimes we're going to get into some things. We're going to dig into the scriptures a little bit, all right?
Yep. Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So that's the sacrifice required now.
Right, you're the sacrifice.
You're the sacrifice.
And how do you sacrifice? What are we doing? We're sacrificing by coming out here, right?
Exactly.
What are you brothers doing when you come out here? Whatever you had to do, what you normally did on Saturdays, you had to stop doing that because you had to sacrifice your body to the Lord to come out here and hear this word. So your first priority is all about this, man.